Hi Radhika.
Ayushree, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
All good, all good. Is it all clear?
Yes, yes, it is all clear. Can see you well. Yeah. So very excited to have you with us, Radhika, today. Thank you so much for
Thank you.
agreeing to come to the show.
Thank you so much.
Yes. We'll just wait for Shikha and so
Perfect.
Sucheta to join, and we'll just start shortly.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Done. So Radhika also wanted to share that we are live on all our social media channels now. So
Okay.
in case you want to maybe reshare the link once again or push, you as like a last minute push to invite your network, friends, family, please feel free to do so.
Sure, we'll do that. I'll do it right away on my group.
Yeah.
And how is the it's going to go? It's like just going to be general question answers, anything else? Not.
Yes, we'll keep it very no. We'll keep it very candid, and please feel free to be as so no formalities. So we'll just keep it. We'll go with the flow. I'll
Okay.
just open up by a little bit introduction on why we are doing this, and what's the idea behind the show, etc. About Vidphone Shikha would talk a little bit about mom, and we'll just take it from there, and why the collaboration, and from there we'll just take it.
Perfect.
Yeah. So my colleague Akil, he'll also be sharing the live links on the chat box in some time. So in case somebody wants to
Yes, yes.
share those,
It's the same link, no? What's
yeah,
mentioned?
this they can join on the Bitphone platform through this
Yeah.
itself. They
Yeah.
and at sixth now we are live, so they can see us now if they join. They just need to input their name and email, and they can just join directly from any this thing, any site, any browser basically.
Perfect.
Hi,
Hi Shikha, good evening.
good evening. Hi, Radhika. Good,
Hello, hi.
good to see you. Good to see you.
Same here, same here. Always great to see you.
How are you doing?
All good, yeah. Chennai is getting hot, hot. I was in Pune for just a day when I
Oh,
contacted you, but it
oh.
was just a day, and I had to meet somebody for a meeting for
Yeah,
Accenture stuff, and so I had to gift them that book,
yeah.
and
You
it
were in
was
Pune that time?
yeah. I was in Pune, and actually my husband was there for a week, but I just got that meeting in a day, so I
No,
just went
I
there.
forgive you.
Yeah, I know. That's why I didn't call you that I'm there because I just didn't have time. You're
Yeah.
still where in Pune? Which side are you, Puta?
Oh, I'm in outskirts, yeah.
I was near Kalyani, so बस वहां से I just went back from.
Yeah, no, no, I was very far for sure. Next
Yours
time,
is near Oxford only, where we met
yeah, yeah, yeah. We are like 15 minutes away from where the event happened.
mid of this year. I mean, before she starts. So I am going to come because my son is has to see Flame, so I want
Oh,
him to
Flame
go.
is like 15 minutes, like it's next to
Yes. So
Oxford.
when I'm there, for sure I'll barge in.
You have to then.
Yeah.
Like you have to already put that intertwined into your.
Yeah. Pakka, pakka.
Yes, yes.
That's on the card. So he was telling me go see Flame. I said, what are you have to go there? You have to see it.
Uh,
Everything cannot be outsourced to your mother. Right?
he's in grade 12 now.
No, he's going to go in 11th.
Uh, yeah.
Just he
Flame
got
is really picking up.
picking up for liberal arts. So there's
Yeah,
Ashoka also. There's this one. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's really getting up. So
Mm.
we have Sucheta waiting for us.
Yeah.
Ayushi, you look lovely, yeah.
Thank you. I'm back home. I'm joining
Radhika
from
looking
Assam.
lovely also, but
Thank you. Thank
I'm,
you.
I'm just looking at Ayushi all ready.
I am joining from Assam today. I'm back home for a few days.
Okay.
So
All
yeah,
okay?
all okay.
Hmm. Let's see.
Radhika was just asking on about the flow, so I was just telling her, we'll just keep it
I said
very.
I've not prepared anything. I just had a session in the morning and I'm just here now.
Have you not been in the orbit of mind for this long to know that?
She never tells me what I say. Like just going to
Because
be
I
there.
also don't know. I don't know. I will pick up your words and I will ask and I'll probe, and that's how it becomes
I
interesting.
think even when Shikha and I were discussing, Shikha was like, let's just keep it very formal. So I think that's the entire idea behind why we are doing this. The
Yeah.
moms being able to just come to this platform and through this show express your journey however you want it, like, how you feel comfortable with, and just,
Yeah,
we
and
can inspire
conversations,
by.
when you give questions, now you tune out
Yeah.
as a interviewer, because you've given the question,
Yes.
it's prepared. But when you're
Yes.
um, here comes another star of our book.
Yay,
Hello,
Sucheta.
Sucheta.
Good to see you, Sucheta.
Hi,
You're getting stuck.
Shika. Hi, Radhika. Ayushree. So nice
Is
Hello,
your
to meet you.
Sucheta. Good evening. Good evening.
good evening, Sucheta? How are you? Is internet is okay? Is it?
Uh,
It is.
Yeah, it's
uh,
lagging.
yeah, you are joining through the phone, I know. So just maybe, just
Is
make
it
sure
for
all your other tabs are closed and etc.
Yeah, because she's getting stuck. And
Yeah.
you can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
yeah,
you, but there's a lag.
so we are already live on YouTube. So while Sucheta fixes it, please,
Yes.
Ayushi, let's start. So Sucheta will just fix it, and we'll give her on the chat heads up if she's not stuck. Sucheta, we love you. I know you're a little getting stuck, but we'll get
Yeah,
you
I
there.
think because she was also joining from the phone. Hello, Lucy. Lucy has joined us from Mexico. Very happy to have you with us on the show. And everyone else who has joined us and who is viewing us live today. Like Shikha said, we are live on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. So, a very good evening, everyone. Welcome back, to this show where Shikha and Vidphone and Shikha's initiative Mom have collaborated. And we are back with this show because we have already had a few sessions before, which have seen through which we have seen some amazing results. And very happy to relaunch this today for an exciting 12 weeks ahead with 24 stunning mums. And we have our first two stunning mums here with us today, three actually, obviously including Shikha, Radhika, Sucheta, and Shikha. So thank you very much, Radhika and Sucheta, for doing this for us, for taking out time from your busy schedules and coming to this platform. I would just start maybe Shikha, Radhika, and Sucheta by telling a little bit about why we are doing this and a little bit about Bitphone. Hand it over to Shikha to tell maybe a little bit about Mum and the beautiful initiative that Shikha runs, and then we take it from there. So basically, Vidphone, obviously, you all can see us on the platform here. This is just about a little bit about what we do. But Vidphone is actually a end-to-end hybrid work suite platform where we help you craft your entire customer journey and also manage your employees on the same platform. So basically, from the point you have the first touch point with your customer till the point where they are actually, in your where they actually turn into your clients, and what after that, everything can be done through the same platform with a stack of video tools we have. It's all based on video communications, the video conferencing being a key part of it, like you all can see. With Shikha and Mothers United Moment, why this collaboration? Because obviously, when we first met Shikha, Shikha was a part of the Vidphone show. I had invited Shikha to be a guest while I was running a series on inspiring women. And hearing Shikha's story, we thought like such a wonderful initiative where you are talking to all kinds of moms, and we really wanted to be a part and collaborate with Shikha and open up our platform so that we can make this initiative even bigger and outreach to a lot many moms, all kinds of moms, and tell their story. So Shikha, over to you. I'm really excited that we are finally restarting this. So over to you, and then we'll take it from there.
Yeah, and I think there's some background sound. Is some YouTube open or something? Some background sound.
No, not
Just
really.
mute yours. We'll come to know where the background sound is. Yeah, it's coming from yours somewhere.
Okay,
Uh,
I'm just checking. I'll
yeah,
just check.
something
Please
playing
go
in
ahead.
the background, so we couldn't hear you. But we heard you, but like the background sound is coming. Anyway, here we're going to get Sucheta back very soon while Ayushri works in it. Mothers United Movement. I still don't know how to define it. It is an initiative that's just come up, but it started. I think first me being a mother, and from there moving forward to during pandemic creating 100 stories, meeting 100 inspiring mothers. And I did that to inspire myself first, and from there on they took a journey of self portrait, which is where I feel they express themselves, and we came up with the book. And Mothers United Movement was formed, and from there on, we had an in-person launch of women coming across the world, across India, 40 of them out of 100 on stage and 40 joining us virtually. So that's about it. The book is called 100 Self-Portrait, 100 Dreams. It's moving forward to take these 100 moms first ahead, and then from there onwards, once these 100 moms are launched and I'm satisfied they're launched, we will see where it takes us. A foundation has already been created called Mom Empowerment Foundation. Very soon a lot of work is going to happen on that. So that's about it. But more than that, I don't know whether the sound is coming from my background or where is it coming from, but there's some sound coming in the
I think it might be from Radhika's, because I could just hear some echo, because
yeah.
I can.
Radhika, just switch off your microphone and let's see. Yeah, there's some sound coming. Yeah, there's something playing in the background. So anyway, mothers, why mothers? I've been asked this question 200 times, and I still don't know why. But the only thing I know, that the inspiration of today's problems lies with the mother, and if mothers can stand up and dream and create, we can really move forward. So from there, I'll just pass it on because Sucheta still has to join us. Let's pass on.
Yes.
Talking about Radhika, but and after she said, I want to say something about Radhika, why she's on the show and why this particular thing. So once Ayushree introduces Radhika, then I will take it on from there. And Lucy, thank you for joining. You're coming in the show very soon, you know that. So you're going to be in the show.
Yes. So again, Radhika, thank you very much for joining us. And everyone, Radhika is the founder of Peace, which is parents ensuring a child-safe environment. Very interesting, Radhika. When I came across the name, it sounded really interesting. It's an NGO run by Radhika, and which does obviously work around this concept. The name suggests it all. Radhika has been an ex-banker and now splits her time between running this NGO and obviously spending time with her wonderful children. Radhika, please feel free to join anything at this point if you want, until we are, waiting for Sucheta. Or Shikha, you said you have something.
I wanted to take over. Radhika came in, like, why is she in this whole topic of dreaming? Because Radhika has gone, I don't know how many countries now, Radhika? How many?
72.
72 countries in a span of 5 years.
5 years or 65. Pandemic kind of gave us a break, and then we started on again.
Yes. So apart from what the wonderful work she does around child safety and teaching them about safety, she has been traveling with her children, and she believes that children learn so much more while traveling. And she's broken the norm of the fact that traveling is expensive, traveling can't be done, you need to be having a lot of money, you need to have a lot of time. She did it with her children, organized way. Her children are still studying. Her children, I just heard, are going to go to Flame University. She's managing this beautiful NGO. And at the same time, 72 countries. Yes, Lucy, 72 countries. In the last 5 years, Radhika has done it. And that's why Radhika is here about dreaming about, like you can do 72 countries in 5 years with children, raising them and studying. So that's where Radhika came into the book first. And then the child safety part was another inspiring part of Radhika, why she was in the book. So that's about it, Sucheta. So happy to see you. We joined in. And Ayushree will just introduce Sucheta, and then I will introduce Sucheta. And then we will go ahead from there. Sucheta, can you hear us? Sucheta cannot hear us. I'm muted. I'm okay. We can't hear you. Bluetooth, Sucheta, check the Bluetooth.
Meanwhile, thanks, Shikha, for such a lovely introduction, and Ayushree.
Yeah, and it is, Ayushree, we can't hear you as well. So it's okay. It's all. So anyway, I will just keep taking the show. Ayushree, can you speak now? No, we can't hear Ayushree. Bluetooth, some Bluetooth connectivity has happened. Everybody can hear me? Then I'll speak. You guys can hear me? So, here I totally agree, Radhika. My best student when I taught were children whose parents took them out of school and traveled around the world. Yes, Lucy, a mom in the book, is also a teacher and very passionate about children. And yeah, and she's just validating the fact that children learn a lot from traveling. So let's just start the interview with Radhika, and Sucheta will call her. The minute Sucheta comes in, we'll introduce her. Ayushree, just say something so that I can't hear you. So I will take the interview ahead with Radhika while we fix the tech. Radhika, you can hear me?
I
Yes,
can
you
hear
can
you.
hear me?
Yeah,
Great.
you can hear me?
Yeah, because we are live. So, Radhika,
Yes.
where did
Please
this
go ahead.
dream come of taking, like, going to countries from one place to another? Like, how old were your children? 7 and 4 or 7 and 8?
No, they were younger. 6 and 3 is where it started full bloom. That was another dream which actually I will not take full credit to it. I went ahead with my husband because we
Yeah.
said let's start off. There is some time that you really need to start it off, put the accelerator, and once that accelerator was started, there was no looking back.
Yeah.
So you won't believe still haven't seen places like Switzerland, London, and all those tick boxes is not done. We have seen places like Andorra, we have gone to Barcelona, we have gone to Madrid, we have gone to Luxembourg. So the smaller ones which do not need a lot of money, and once you go to one place, you can just keep doing the road trips. So road trips are something that really reduces cost. And
Wow.
road trips are something where even your kids are taking in so much. You are giving them, because food is the main issue when you're traveling with the younger ones. So that is the main thing where people feel or think that what will we give them, how will we give them. So just a little bit of a planning, and it's very easy, and they go with the flow. you know
Right.
you you do this earlier, and it's much easier. It's much difficult with teenager kids, trust me. It's easier with the younger ones to travel.
Right, right. And 6 and 3 is like a age, like many people would think not to do this, and that's why I just love you for showing the path to so many mothers that this is possible, can be done. You dream about it, and it's possible. Because even people who without children would not think of going to 72 countries in the 5 years between work and children and work and whatever. So
And
hats
not
off
a
to
single
you.
day missed, huh? Not a single absent mark on the attendance.
Just incredible, and I
Yeah.
will want to take this bite out and put it out on the reels for sure.
Yes,
No
got
single, like, no day missed. 72 countries done. Not a lot of money. Well planned. Children were 3 and 6. Is it
My
enough?
son got 100% attendance award from DPS when he was there.
Can
So
you guys hear that? Then now do you know why Radhika is here? She hides behind this thing very humbly. She never tells people about it so much, or she does whatever. The day I heard it, I was like, she has to be in the book because the inspiration has to come to the mother. Um, Radhika, from there, we are still waiting for Sucheta. We just love her. If she cannot join this show, Sucheta will join another show because Sucheta
yes.
has so much to offer herself as inspiration. Um, but Radhika, from there on, you've been traveling. Your son is in 11th, so now your kids are all settled. I think they're going to be any travel blogs coming up. Have you written any travel blogs? Can
travel
you hear
blogs
us,
were
Sucheta?
there. Yeah.
Can you
Oh,
hear?
Yes,
hi,
fine.
Suchita, finally.
Good job.
Good job. So
We
we
can
just
hear.
we are
Can you guys
finishing.
hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. So Radhika, from, like, your kids, like, are they going to go ahead? Do they want to get into travel as a full-time thing, or where is their
So,
bent now?
it's a very
Travel.
interesting question, Shikha. In fact, today we were having a discussion with my son, and he's got elected as a media rep for his class in his school. So I said,
Love
"What was
it.
the speech that you gave?" He said it was all again about travel, and I feel like documenting everything from the day that we've been traveling, and I want to do the same for my school and for my class. So it was something like that was stuck, and I think this is not taught. It is just experience, and that's what he went ahead. It was not that he was planning to stand for the elections. He just said, somebody gave me a bet that you go and stand, and I did that, and I went on the stage. And he wants to do journalism, like I had told you. So he is interested in documenting, and he's more into sports. So his idea was to understand sports all over the world and
Right,
understand sports in different countries. So
right,
that's another area which he got into, I think, thanks to travel, because he's played football in every small field of Spain or everywhere. So he's like that. He enjoys it. And another thing which I see my kids have kind of learned is adapt. They have adapted to everything. Whether it is, sometimes you get those Radisson sweet points and you are like a luxury, and sometimes you're in those small bed and breakfast kind of places where you can't afford the bigger ones. So they have adapted. So I think that is the biggest plus point that you have given to your children, that you adapt according to the situation, and that's what has.
This is so gorgeous. And Sucheta, just in context, I don't know whether Sucheta still knows that 3 and 6 traveling to 72 countries in the last 7 to 8 years, 3 years minus of the pandemic years, 2 years they didn't go anywhere. And Radhika, actually, I was telling them she has an NGO about safety of children, and she teaches that in school. But like the fascination part is, her child has got 100. I'm just recapping it for Sucheta. 100% attendance, 100% attendance, not too much money, travel to 72 countries,
Yeah.
and just in the span of 7 to 8 years, and when they were 3 and 6. Okay,
Kudos.
kudos.
Right.
My 3.5 years old son to Goa. Like, we've just been to Goa this month, this year, and we just came back from a 7-day trip, and I literally announced, Vivek and I, my husband and I, announced to our kid, done for.
So the reason I'm
Kudos to
saying
you.
that is, yeah, the dreaming part, that let's travel. And then, I always said, take your kids on your back and dream about it. I always said that,
I love
let them see the world while you climb the mountain, not when you climb the mountain and tell them all the time that, did you know that we climbed the mountain? Did you know that it took us so much time? Now you do it, because they've never seen you climb. So you climb, they climb on your back, and then they take a higher view and then climb higher. So this is amazing. So we will take to Ayushree just introducing Sucheta, and then I will introduce Sucheta, and then we'll go further with Sucheta's question.
Yes, no, thank you, Radhika, for sharing your beautiful story with us. And I must say, thank you, Shikha, for bringing that important point out, and sharing that about Radhika. I think which is like so interesting in the beginning of the conversation itself. Sucheta, very happy to finally have you with us. So glad. Sorry about all that issues that were happening. But yes, so to everyone, we have Sucheta Pal with us today. She's obviously a stunning, stellar mom, and she is a celebrity coach and the founder of Mom.Bod.Strong, which is a research-based fitness program for women to thrive in motherhood, menopause, and beyond. Sucheta, some great work there. And I have been seeing your videos, and everything is really, really inspiring. We are very, very happy that Shikha helped us to get you on the show today, and very excited to hear your journey. Over to you, Shikha.
Yeah, and we have Lucy in the comments who danced with you in the morning when the launch.
Yes, Lucy, hi.
Cheering you up. And Sucheta, why Sucheta was told, like Sucheta came to my mind first when the topic was about dreaming, because this girl has really dreamed, like this is called dreaming everything. And I have to just introduce her because people just ask me, why you just keep going on about these same 100, get the new 100. I'm like, I'm not done with these 100, right? I'm not done yet. They have
Please
so
don't.
much. So Sucheta, when I met her, I had known her as this celebrity coming in as a Zumba instructor, like Zumba ambassador of India coming in, and a lot of noise and all. And I was supposed to take a portrait, and I just saw this really simple woman when she stepped out of the stage, and we had a little conversation about coming from a small town and then becoming this, this big thing who was on stage with so much charm, so much thing. But when she got off, and I just asked her that, who's Sucheta really? And then something like that, she said that, I'm just from a small town, a girl who's just, dreaming and just come here. So Sucheta came to my mind. From there, she dreamt to becoming a mother. From there, she tried to tell the world that just becoming a mother is doesn't, like, you can dream of becoming a mother, but become a mother with a lot of style and noise. So she was on stage till her 8-month pregnancy, right? Don't hide because you're a mother. Show up because you're a mother. And then she was right there in her 8-month pregnancy, absolute stunning shoot, showing up. I kept on following her and saying, I look at her, and that's why I got her in the book, because she was showing the world that pregnancy is something that we carried with so much grace and so much style and so much enthusiasm, and not something that we should just go. So from there, and now totally, like, again, she had a dream of bringing mothers and teaching them how to be post, because I think what Sucheta does is she experiences and then she brings it to the world. She experiences and then she brings it to the world. So this is a third phase she's experiencing and she's bringing it to the world. So love her for that, Sucheta. So what about dreaming? Let's just take Sucheta, because I have another question for Radhika. But what about Sucheta? How did she start dreaming from there? Um, what was like, where, like, go back to Sucheta in 20s and say, okay, this is what Sucheta wants to do. What was it like?
Absolutely. First of all, Shikha, can I hire you as my PR manager?
Please, I'll be happy to do it. I'm already doing that.
You. Well, thank you for saying such wonderful things, and absolute pleasure to be here. And Ayushree, so nice to connect with you. So I think because you're from a small town, your dreams are very limited, right? And especially if you were born in the 80s, you know how it was. But I still feel I have to give a lot of credit to my parents because they gave us every kind of exposure, not just in studies. And I have to give it to them that they push me in dance, as co-curricular activities, stage shows, they were all there to clap. But yes, they did not have that confidence to push me in that as a career, which I totally understand, nor did I have the courage. But I knew somewhere deep down that something was amiss when I started my corporate world career. I was an engineer in TCS. I worked in the corporate world. But I knew deep down that there was something amiss. This was good, but not great. And then my health went for a toss. I was living the typical corporate lifestyle. And the only thing which really gave me some kind of solace and relief was when I danced, when I taught. And, the transition happened when I went completely downhill with my health. So much so that I was in an ICU for almost taking my life, which I share very openly in my TEDx and Joe Talks. Not proud about it, but it was a turning point in my life. And that made me realize that if anyways life is so short, why not do everything in your capacity to live it to your utmost happiest potential. I say utmost happiest potential because sometimes you're so stressed about living up to our maximum potential, that we don't live life happily. So I always say this, that live life to your happiest potential. And then I think the journey started where I completely shifted careers to dance and fitness, went to the US, and that's when I was exploring different dance fitness formats. Zumba was the big thing there. The brand recognized me, trained me, auditioned me, sent me back to India as an ambassador, as someone to build the brand in India. So today I can say very proudly that, from a handful of licensed instructors, I have thousands of Zumba babies I have the opportunity to train. And we've gone from Zumba being known in Mumbai and Delhi to every nook and corner of the world. And that, as Shikha very beautifully said, we met at one such event. And my Instagram, my DM, the photo, the profile photo, not DM, is actually taken by Shikha at that event. And I still use it. And she really captured that essence. So meeting women like Shikha, like Radhika, throughout the 10 years, more than 10 years, made me realize that we women can really, really thrive if we have the right kind of backing, whether it's family, whether it's friends, whether it's career, or whether it's health, right? Everything is so important and crucial for us. And that working with women, thousands of women over the years drove me towards it very slowly. I never dreamt about I will do a pregnancy tour, in my sports bra in 7 cities across India, which would get so much media attention. But it just happened. It just came in me that, no, you know what, I have to break these myths around pregnancy and health and body. And then my body completely changed, post baby and motherhood. And there was absolutely no one helping us mothers in terms of, I hate the word bounce back, because it's such a, we are reduced to bouncing back. We're reduced to weight loss. Why, right? That is not our goal. Please help us. Our goal is, can we feel confident in our bodies, whatever body that we have today, and can we have that energy to thrive in motherhood? Hence, I speak very openly about it. So my next step, as Shikha said, became, I've literally started again from ground zero. It's very difficult, to build something, to have that kind of name in a certain industry, in a mainstream industry, and then go again U-turn and say, no, 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 the mainstream fitness industry is not doing justice to us. I'm going to break that again. And now I'm going to go and work with mother. So I broke the fitness industry, the whole norm of, okay, it's all about men and bodybuilding, and we went dance fitness. And now from there, it's motherhood. And now my latest, I'm early 40s. Perimenopause has hit, I think.
Yeah, that's
As
like,
Shikha said, it's all from my experience. And if I
yeah,
learn something, I love to share. And I
yes.
think that has kind of catapulted me towards the next phase of my life.
So
And thank you for
incredible.
letting me share.
It's so incredible. And vulnerability is a very inspiring thing, I feel. And I feel that Sucheta is very vulnerable as well, with her issues, with her problems, with the things in her media. She's very vulnerable that, wait, this is what it is and this is what you're going through, but I will fix it and I will take you with me while I'm fixing it. So kudos to you, Sucheta. I just love that. And again, doing a PR, but I'm in awe of all the 100 women I've brought together. I'm just in awe of the fact that just these 100 rising can make so much difference. We don't need millions. I'm not running after 1 million mothers and then making a mark of 1 million, but the 100 moms who have touched lives of millions, if they rise and they can keep rising and I can support them in doing that, millions will rise. Millions will rise. So kudos to you. So I'll go back to Radhika now. Radhika's uh, second part is so, the work that she does is totally, so. Well, I have to just say this: self-portrait of Radhika was another kind of a discussion which kept on going till the end. Here is Radhika, 72 countries, 3 and 6 year old child, 10, this, that, going this passionate, no attend, like 100% attendance, no missing, kids doing well, all that. And then here is Radhika talking about sexual abuse with children, safety, safe touch, everything. And then I said, Radhika, portrait. Which one? She's like, both are me. So I was like, which one? One, choose one. And she's like, both are me. We tried our level best, multiple ups and downs, half of this, half of that, we were just going through it. But truly, she's both in their full stride. And that itself is a great thing, that you can dream about impacting and you can dream about living. And then you can blend both of them and then just come up with such a beautiful thing. So let's take it to peace now.
Yes.
Right? How did they come up?
Wow, like Sucheta said, I mean, I didn't think about myself like this, like the way you are projecting me so beautifully. So,
Arey yaar. You guys, and that's why you guys need me as a PR person. And sorry, I just keep moving the light because I'm a photographer. Some light disturbs me. Yeah, no, I give me your PR people. I'll give you platforms for doing all your PR. So just speak about your dreaming, and I'll take it from there.
perfect, Shikha. Yes. So, you wanted to know how peace happened?
What triggered the piece?
What triggered peace? Uh, Peace. There was a huge Bangalore episode. If you all know about, there was a child abuse in one of the schools in, if I'm not wrong, 2016. And there was, as the media goes across and starts gossiping, talking, we don't even know what the poor child is going through, but there are hazar hangamas going around that, and everybody wants to give a bite, everybody wants to take a bite out there. And here, this is a group of mothers out here who are really feeling that if even school is not a safe place, then where is it? So we were three, four of us who started talking and saying that we don't want to just rush into something, but we want to do something which can at least protect our children. So it was a very selfish need to do some stuff and understand what we can do to at least protect our children. Because when I started speaking to mothers and children, everybody had said we have been exploited when we were young in any which way. We all know that when we are growing, whether it's your own uncle, whether it's your own aunt, whether it's your own cousin, there have been cases where they said, yeah, my chacha used to just touch me behind and say, beta bahut badi ho gayi, and feel the bra. So these kind of things is an exploitation. It doesn't come under sexual abuse, but it is an exploitation. And the child can't even express it to the parent because they don't know how to open up, they don't know how to communicate. And when I met a lot of moms across the globe, thanks to Shikha, and they said this is not a problem in India, it's a global problem. Even we cannot, even our children, though we feel that the Western countries can express it and communicate, and that's an issue in India, it isn't. So there is no class or anything that kind of says that it's not your fault, you can open up. So when I started talking, and when I myself experienced this when I was young, and I could not, though my relationship with my parents were excellent, but I could not open up. And I started fighting it my own way, that yes. And then again, the corporate job happened, everything happened, life was going fine. But the trigger was when this episode happened, and I said, no, that's it. I need to do something, because it's not fair on my part that our children are not even able to open up and speak or go through what they have to go through, because half of the job is done when the child is telling their parent, and the parent goes back and points the finger at the right person, because 80% of the abuse happens across the family. So once they know that their child is going to speak up, the pedophiles know that they don't have to. So when we do our training, they understand that there is a target audience. The pedophile have a target audience to which child to kind of go and molest. This is the child that will not be speaking. This is the child from a particular class. This is a child which has emotional problems. So these are the things that we started learning, understanding, and started communicating. And we're going to schools. We do everything free for government schools. We have volunteers who do not charge anything, and it's just a mission that at least our child is safe at home and school.
You guys make me cry all the time. Like I just get so emotional. You guys have seen me crying even at the event. But you know, 60% of the 100 moms, all of them have been molested. I don't even name it. 60% of the book
Yes.
has been molested and or raped in their childhood. And the conclusion that because a lot of people didn't come further, they didn't want to talk about it, so we don't know. That's why I'm so passionate. Like my heart, I've spoken to them heart to heart. I know where they're coming from. And the way you said that I had to do something about it because I was quiet as a kid. And I always say, you can mess with me, but you cannot mess with the mother in me. You can't. When the mother in me rises, you forget about it. Then you've had it. We've even had guns getting up. We've got stories in the book where till the time the mother was taking the domestic violence, it was okay. But the minute it was on the child, the guns came up in the Western countries. We have the stories, and I still get goosebumps. I know these women so well, and I just vision meeting them more and more. And thank you for taking this step and boldly, putting it forward. And that's why sometimes when Ayushree says, put it in 45 minutes, these interviews, I just can't. Like, how do you get these issues and shut them in 45 minutes? You can't, it's so difficult. Because the
Every
idea is to speak up.
we learn something new about each other, which is incredible.
Yeah, so I'm like, Sucheta I can't see you. Sucheta, switch off the thing and switch it on.
We can see her though. Can you
But
see
she's
her?
frozen.
Yeah,
She's
we,
frozen. Yeah.
but we can see her, so maybe it might be. So I think.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So
Can
Sucheta, just put your camera off on. It happens to me many times. Sometimes I just on and yeah, and then we can see her a lot of times. Anyway, you can hear us, Sucheta. You can hear us.
yes.
Yeah, we can
Beautiful.
see her. Yeah, we can see
Yeah,
her.
I just love. I'm a photographer. For me, faces nodding and this thing is so me. So I want to take the question now to Sucheta. Okay, Sucheta, and give me a heads up. Ayushree, am I going overboard? 6 or no? We have time,
No, no,
right?
it's okay.
Yeah. So Sucheta, and again, very bold mothers, and we've come boldly together. Mental health. What do you have to like if mental health has come in your life again and again at many points and many things is what I feel. And mental health is something that a mother is supposed to not have because she's a mother. You birthed a child, what, like you've gone through such a big thing, how can you just have mental health issues now? You're not strong enough at all, like how is it possible? So what do you have to say about that, because you're dealing with a lot of mothers? And I feel disease and the issues with our bodies also come with mental health issues. So what would you like to say when you're stepping into this
Um,
this
can you hear me?
we
Okay.
can hear you. You're
Okay.
frozen for me, but it's okay. I believe in the background is getting recorded properly. So when it'll be
Okay.
it'll be.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I feel because I've worked with hundreds of women now who are mothers, it's something which
Right.
is so common. Whether it's my best friend who's sitting now in US trying to manage her newborn, to a client I just trained in the morning, that's one thing which they have all equally expressed is loss of identity, absolute loss of identity, right? And that hits us so hard, and we cannot express it because we feel we will be judged. But there is nothing that can replace that loss, because we have lost something, right? We are no longer the person we were before. And the worst part is no one recognizes it, no one validates it, and we feel selfish even talking about it. So from postpartum blues, which I had, there was literally a time, and which is very mild, like literally a time when I threw a diaper at my husband, so that mild, to postpartum depression, postpartum anger, rage, where you feel like taking your own life, and unfortunately also of the little one. That's how bad it gets. There is a dearth of help given to mothers. It's still a taboo to speak about it. It's still a taboo to reach out to a therapist. And the elders will always say, ठीक हो जाएगा, ये होता है, कोई बात नहीं, ठीक है? और कैसे आपको, like as Shikha said, I think that's what we need to change. It's not about just empowering women to reach out to a therapist, or okay, you should speak up, but what about the environment around you? Let's also sensitize people around the woman and make them realize that this is going to happen. The moment you see these symptoms, please immediately go to a therapist and give her the help that she deserves. I think that is what I truly feel, that instead of just telling the women, what about the people, the family around, the friends around? How can they help our mothers?
No,
We've lost
absolutely. Uh,
lost
yeah.
her. Yeah. Last line we lost her. Yeah, you were saying something.
No, no, I was just telling, absolutely agree with Sucheta that how important it is, to empower the environment. I mean, we just keep talking, even on our shows, we talk a lot about empowering women, empowering moms, and, empowering all kinds of moms, all kinds of women. But I think that's a very key point, and which is a very crucial key takeaway of about empowering your surroundings, the people you live with, your friends, your family, your environment. So just wanted to, say thanks, Sucheta, for sharing that with us. Over to you, Shikha.
And as I always mention, Sucheta is very vulnerable. The 3 sentences just again hit my heart again. Like I don't know how many times I'm going to be getting hit by all of you in my heart. But thanks for being vulnerable. Be
Yeah.
able to see that sometimes you also want to your life and your child's. Just to be able to say that, the whole judgment of the world that how can a mother she is even saying that. And thank you for saying that. And thank you for saying that openly. I just I thank you, because there's so many mothers who would just don't want to even say it. Nobody goes and kills their child very easy. It's not easy to kill anybody. But even if that feeling exists, and to be keeping it inside and not being able to express it, to acknowledge it, bhai, it came in my mind, just, and it's such a rage. There's a mother in the book who's doing this course. He's called Stop Yelling at Your Kids, and me heading the mothers movement. Still, triggers happen. Still, it comes till here. Still, the blood rushes to your hand, and you just pull back, take yourself out, or you just like I can sometimes now I can tell my husband, just handle this, or I'm getting triggered. Trigger is generally not the child. The trigger is you. The trigger
Yeah.
is in you. It's your childhood, like Radhika said. In me, the trigger. It was never the child. It's you. You not solved some of the stuff inside, and it just either you feel like a failure mom, or you feel like what will happen to their future, or you feel very offended with the rejection their child gives you sometimes, right? And then the triggers happen, and those triggers will just so to be able to like that's what I'm saying. Thanks to this mothers movement, I can tell very smilingly I say that like it's coming, I'm getting triggered, it's reaching my throat. Either handle it or let me go off it, or let him keep the school, any of these things. But it is going to happen again, so let me just pull myself out. So he's like, okay, so that's how the partners, the environment she's talking about, you can tell them that I am not in control, and he does the same now. He's like, we've done so much inner work with parenting, and still am I just getting triggered? And then I come in between, I'm like, you're triggered. I think so. That's how we protect our children as well, and then that's how we protect ourselves, to be able to say, before. So Sucheta loved that, and that itself, those 3 sentences itself, can be spoken about, and the courage and the bravery it takes to do that. So thank you so much, and even for Radhika to say, it was my trigger, and I went ahead and created an impact. And that's what I said. Don't mess with a mother, because if she's messed up if you mess a mother, like mess a child, girl, whatever. But if you mess a mother, then something is coming out of it. And then if she decides she's coming out of it, then something is coming out of it. So proud to have both of you. I can go on talking to you. I meet them. I dream about meeting them all again. But I want to put it to Ayushree because of the time limit that she's given us and the replays. Ayushree, your third question. Please take
Yes.
it ahead. For that, I want to thank Radha for doing the work she's doing. I want to thank Radha for saying that it's possible to have both, right? Not easy, but definitely possible. And thanks for Sucheta for all the vulnerability that she shared.
I think Shikha is just having some issue with her network,
Taking it
but
further.
yes, Shikha, we just missed you for a bit. Yeah, but I'll just take
Okay,
it.
so anyway,
Yes. No, we would also, I mean, really, we would love to keep going and, without any time limits and just listening to you guys. Frankly, I mean, there's no, if our panelists have got time, we have no restrictions like Jagat has also mentioned. But obviously, this is a show again. So, we hope to do a lot more of this. In fact, we hope to do even a bigger version where we can even get more moms together. But so lovely hearing from you, Radhika and Sucheta today. And, very, very key takeaways, like I have been saying since the beginning of this episode, and just listening to all you moms, sharing. It's really inspiring. My last question, Radhika, to both you and Sucheta would be your two tips, or, something that you'd like to give away to moms, like, your two tips as mothers. What would you like to on chasing dreams? What has been it for you? What should they, something that can inspire them today from your journey, basically, that you'd like to share?
So I'll go first.
Yes, please, Radhika,
Yes.
go ahead.
Okay. You know what? I feel to each its own. That is the most fundamental thing we all need to understand. We cannot keep ourselves comparing with the other person. That's where the biggest issue starts. And that's where we put ourselves, it started from when we are growing up, we are compared to so many people, and, comparisons are done in school and stuff like that. If you are stay at home mom, it is your choice. You're doing great. If you want to do something else, it's your choice. You're doing it great. So first is prioritize what is most important for you. When my kids were small, I wanted to give away my corporate life and wanted to do a full time mother's duty. That was my choice. There are triggers that comes like, what am I doing with my education, what am I doing with this, I'm not earning anything. But then you have to understand, what do you want? If you want that, perfect. But if you want to go ahead and work, please don't listen to 20 other things and what have you done to your child, because there are people who will always speak no matter what. So that one thing has to be very clear in your head, what exactly you want. Prioritize yourself. Like Shikha said, dream big. Don't stop dreaming. It will take time. Manifest your dream. Keep at it. It is going to happen. It'll take time. It has taken such a long journey for me. So my dream started shaping up post 35, 40, and it is still going on. I've still not given up. So, manifest it every day. Think that, there's more to go. There's more to look forward to. And not compare yourself for anything, for smallest things. That, yes, like we have traveled so much and still we have a small car, but that's okay with us because that
I
is
love
our priority. Because there is some people who would say that, what is it, they're still in a, in an i10 or a Swift or a Venue, why this? But that's our priority. That is what we wanted. And that is one thing which we have taught our kids also, that take the peer pressure in a positive way. The more you pressurize yourself, you kill your dreams. Then you're not living your dreams. So let your dreams be very clear and prioritize what is good for you. That's, I think, is what worked for me.
No, thanks, Radhika. Thanks for sharing that. And I think, from the very beginning, Shikha and I, have been talking about this, how we don't want to limit this, we don't want to call this a platform for working moms or a certain kind of moms.
Exactly.
For us, even a stay at home mom is as important as any other mom, because that's a choice. And in fact, I was just telling Shikha, I don't even like the word super mom, because I think that again, it's a
Yes.
tagline that you gave. I never want to use the word super mom, because you don't have to. I mean, you can be a super mom if you wish to, but even if you are not, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it.
Because
Like,
I raised my children staying at home as a job, like you want to perform. It was like a performance pressure for me. I want them to be potty trained by this age. I want them to be this. So target yourself, pressurize yourself in the right way. I think anything is fine. Whatever you want, prioritize yourself. That's
yeah.
what I would say.
No, certainly. No, thanks, Radhika. Thanks for sharing your 2 cents with us. And I'm sure, like we always say, if it has inspired even one mom, that's a win for us and this show. Sucheta, over to you. Something that you would like to give away today from your journey to all the
Sure.
moms.
I'll add on to what Radhika said. It's pretty much, on those lines. But I always wonder, and I'm on that journey of trying to embrace the feminine power, the feminine energy. And I often wonder that what if it was not a patriarchal world, and it was a, it was led by women? Would we still define success by work in this world? Like today, why do we have an identity loss? When we say we have an identity loss,
Yeah, yeah,
90% of it is related to what work we were doing before, right? Or what kind of engagements we had before,
yeah.
what kind of profile we had before. But what if the world was ruled by women? Do you think we would be given importance to these roles in the corporate world, or would we be giving importance to how we connect to each other?
Yeah.
I really, really feel that we have to stop defining as mothers or women our success on just what we do in our work,
Yeah.
and really, really understand the success is, do we really have meaningful relationships? Like when we come back from work, are we
Yes.
putting on our television and we're just watching a Netflix series with our family, or are we actually having dinner together? Do we
Yeah.
have that peace of mind? That's success. You're being super productive at work, but when you come back, you don't have time for your family. That's not success.
Exactly.
Like as Radhika said, I may have a small car, and people will maybe judge you, but they don't know you've traveled 72 countries, and they'll be shocked when they get to know that. That's success for me, right? So I think as mothers, and especially as women, we need to redefine success. And right now we are following a patriarchal society's success mantra. We need to redefine it one mom at a time, I feel.
No, no, lovely, Sucheta. And I think, we were just talking about this the other day in the family, how, like, I think if it would not have been a patriarchal world, we would not be having these discussions, so
Yes.
strongly. And somewhere, every woman is conditioned. How much ever we are fighting on the outside, on the inside, everyone is conditioned, and that needs to change. That narrative, of
Yeah.
all moms, all women, anyone, in fact. I think, very well said. And thank you so much. I'm going away so inspired, and I'm so sure that everyone who's watching us, there are a lot of people watching us live right now, because we are live on all our social media channels. So it has been a wonderful discussion. I'm so sorry, Shikha. I think we can see you, but I think there's some network issue from her end. But I think we'll fix it, and we'll share the recording, with Shikha as soon as this link could turn into the recording link as soon as we are done with the show. So please feel free to share it across with your network, so that we can outreach to a lot many moms. And we'll also be sharing a few clips of these conversations for you guys, which would be an easier way to outreach to your this thing. Thank you, everyone. I'm just checking if we have any questions. Anyone, any questions you guys have for Sucheta and Radhika, please feel free to put it on the questions section. I have also enabled the raise hand, where you can actually come on video and ask your questions to Radhika and Sucheta. So please, feel free. If anyone has any questions, we'll just wait for a minute maybe to take any questions, if that's okay, Radhika and Sucheta.
Of course.
Yeah. So we have a question. Who are your inspirations? Whoever.
Sucheta,
Sucheta
you.
and Radhika both. Yes. Sucheta, would you like to go first?
So, I've been asked this question from when I was a little girl, and
Yes.
I've always maintained this. I know I may be sounding very like I've generalized this answer, but I truly feel every woman that I have met at a personal level that I have connected, there is something that I have taken away and I have learned, and I pride myself on being a good listener, and I think when I listen there is an inspiration that I get from every woman, and of course men, but women, of course, I connect more, that I take back, whether it is how they have led a team, to how they have raised their kids, to how Radhika has traveled the world while doing everything, to Shikha. There are no words for Shikha. So I think that's I will stick to it. That I've stuck to 40 years, that I'm inspired by every woman in some way or the other.
No, wonderful. Thanks, Sucheta. Radhika, who has been your
It's
inspiration?
it's nothing different to what Sucheta said. I mean, starting from my grandmother who had an amazing willpower, I felt like, okay, so this is what I want. Goes to my mother who never gives up. Then it starts go as you're growing. Even my school, college principal, like she was something else. She got our school college into a different level. So I take inspiration again from everyone. I also see that, oh, this I should not be doing. So that even if
Yeah.
it's your mom, or even if, oh, when I grow up, will I be doing the same thing? Am I genetically this inclined? So inspiration is daily changing. And even my mother-in-law, there is so much she's giving and stuff. So I think there are so many women and few men too who
Yes.
kind of inspire me. So there's not one person. It
No.
changes, and I just feel like taking sucking their positives, and
Yes.
really being very very wary that I should not do something which I'm not liking. So that is
Yes.
that's how I would put this question.
Mm, no, thanks, Radhika. I think it's just about, taking what you feel is right. And there might be so many people that you can learn from, but obviously at the end, what you can resonate with and taking it forward. I think
Exactly.
that's one of the keys. Yeah. We have another question. Do you have any other hacks, tips besides listening? Sucheta, you had mentioned that, you are a good listener, so that has always helped you. So any other hacks or tips that Sucheta and Radhika, you guys want to add?
Tips for what exactly, Ayushi? Have they mentioned?
No. Kitta, do you want to, tell us anything specific, Kitta? You want tips on what exactly?
One tip which I would say has really worked for me is time management. I keep that as the biggest stuff that I work on. I Because you can do everything if you manage your time well. You
Yes.
can
She
cook, you
says,
can do this.
sorry, Radhika. She says tips on improvement. I think it's an
I
overall
think
improvement.
the answer is same. For me, I think time management, because like I said, you can travel, you can have 100% attendance, you can finish your schoolwork, you can do peace, you can take care of kids, you can be at home if you're managing your time well. 24 hours is enough. So that's what I feel.
I love that. And that's something which you become so good at time management as a mother.
Yeah.
I feel personally, at my core, my being is to be a learner. And I've always believed that when I learn, I feel um, uh, the happiest, the most joyful. And then even happier when I share that learning, because it becomes stronger. So if we don't learn, we are not going to evolve. If we don't evolve, success is not coming to us. So I really feel that at any time you get any chance of learning anything new, whatever excites you, like I'm telling you, literally today, I have untouched, course on menopause. I've done one module, two YouTube courses, one podcast, one on Reel, one on Canva, and that's my goal to finish it this year. And that's how crazy I am. But it's so exciting.
Yes. No, certainly, Sucheta. And, I think that the reshare of your learnings, that's so important so that, it can really,
It's
what's
an
the
act
point?
of service,
I know. Yeah,
it's a service which gives you so much joy.
Yeah, to
exactly.
add
And,
on to what Sucheta said, sorry, Ayushri, that learning never ends. When
yes.
I do my workshops, there are so many of them who are coming with issues, who want to, have gone through trauma. and then I feel I have not done counseling, so how can I help them post my workshop? So now I'm doing a training workshop, like, so now I've joined myself to a diploma course, because learning is something which is
Never.
only, is never ending.
Yeah. And I think why, like Sucheta said, and you also, resonated with it, is like when you experience it yourself, it's even, so you have been through it. So when you are sharing it with the world, you already know, you have all, I mean, it's a much more,
It's a
I
more
mean,
deeper connect.
finer version. Yeah. And also finer version, because you can then, your tips and tricks can actually help someone more. They don't necessarily have to maybe go
The
through the
connect is
same.
better. The connect is
Yes,
better.
yes, the connect is better. No, thanks a lot, Sucheta and Radhika. With that, I think we are at the end of all the questions today. Thanks so much, Lucy. Lucy has been wonderful, interacting with us all throughout this session. She says she really wants to take this conversation to a lot of moms. Lucy, please do. It's lovely. It's been lovely getting all your comments on the chat box. I don't think Shikha can still hear us, but she's watching the show on YouTube, is what she's saying. But this is some issue, unfortunately. But we would, Shikha, anything you
Can
anything
you hear? Can you guys hear me?
we can.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, yes.
No. Here you go.
I'm just typing a yes for her so that,
I think she can't hear us back.
yes, that's what I'm just typing a yes for her in case she wants to.
But likewise, Ayushri, thank you so much for having us.
No.
We can't enough.
No, no, it's been our pleasure. Thanks a lot, and we would be doing, this is our first show. We are coming back with this show, Shikha and me. We had done a few sessions earlier. So this time, and you guys have opened up our show for us. We have 11 more weeks to go with 22 more stunning moms. So I would
All
love
the
for you both to, join our shows whenever you both can, and share it with your networks and all wonderful moms. Thank you again. Thank you so much. Thank you to everyone who has joined us. Once again, the recording will be available on the same link once we are done. So please feel free to share. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye. Bye,
Bye.
Sucheta. Bye,
Bye.
Shikhar. Bye.
Bye, Shikha. Thanks, Ayushri.